A city in China named Wuhan is facing an economic slowdown due to the recent outbreak of the coronavirus. The Chinese authorities is trying to take measures like providing face masks to workers. However, the growing numbers of the infected are continuing to negatively impact not only the Chinese but also the global economy. The Chinese economy that has its services and consumer sector take up a big part is facing a huge negative impact. Large companies and factory plants can somehow re-engine their workforce and continue production, although it is not at their normal production level. However, small shops and restaurants that target middle classes are struggling to see a future of reopening their stores. Some major stakeholders that are affected by this outbreak are the families of the workers who are forced to stay home, company employees that are laid off, the government that has to expand government spending to provide safety kits, and foreign investors of companies with factory plants located in China that are not able to work at its normal production level. In connection to Chapter 3 of RSM100, the economic challenges facing contemporary business, the economic slowdown that is getting worse day by day could lead to a possible recession. Total production level is declining, and companies are laying off workers. Not only is the worker, but also their families are facing limited disposable income. They will spend less and save more in fear of the future. And with little hope of the coronavirus being contained in a short period of time, it would be possible for the Chinese economy and the global economy to face a severe recession and a possible depression.
We've probably heard of the phrase vaccine hesitancy and several stories behind it, including the most popular one of measles resurgence in the past few years across many countries. And we've probably wondered why people will resist something that could save their lives. Or maybe we are aware of the background, that once a research had proved the correlation between vaccines and autism inaccurately, and therefore are less surprised than those who do not know about this. Anyways, the undervalue of a merry good and an outbreak of a fatal disease because of public misperception had been annoying to individuals in the global economy, leaving them worried and struggled for years. Children who grow up finding themselves haven't been vaccinated can suddenly be in a state of panic, and some parents are still strongly against vaccination nowadays. Overall, humans are intrinsically vulnerable, not only physically but also mentally. We are irrational and easy to be misled, but we need to realize that some beliefs and actions are so important that they are directly related to our well-being. So, the way to prevent this is to process any information given to us more thoroughly to avoid making big mistakes as much as possible.
The recent coronavirus outbreak has caused absolute terror and chaos within our society. As the situation continues to get worse, people are saying that what's spreading faster than the virus itself is racism, in particular, anti-Asian racism. The major reason behind this racism is based on the fact that the coronavirus started in Wuhan, a town in China. People's fear of the virus eventually became a selfish and cowardly need to blame someone for the situation, and in this case, the unfortunate scapegoat was the Chinese population. The racism started off verbally, especially online, as people found it easy to spread negativity behind the protection of their screens. However, this negativity didn't just stay online. Asian people eventually became a target for attacks offline, and this often included verbal and physical harassments. The unreasonable racism towards the Chinese population is planting a deep fear within the Asian community. It is making them feel isolated and unsafe in such time of chaos. While the particular issue of racism is closely related to Chapter 2 of our textbook, which explores business ethics and social responsibility, it brings our attention to the fact that companies in the economy are also taking part in racism. An example of this can be seen when companies exclude China and other Asian countries from their markets ever since the corona outbreak. I believe that such action, whether it's from an individual or from a company, is absolutely unacceptable, as we should be supporting the victims and each other in such time of chaos. Overcoming the corona should be a team effort.
Hi everyone, my topic is economic effect of coronavirus. At the moment, the world economy is under the negative effect of corona outbreak. There are many industries that are damaged by this issue. As a good example, the airlines are facing huge loss in their revenue due to canceling their flight routes and decrease in their ticket sales. In addition, the unemployment rate is rising too in some countries because some companies had to shut down. Surprisingly, despite of the negative effect of coronavirus, there is an industry that earned some growth recently. That is health and safety industries like masks and hand sanitizers. They are experiencing a huge increase in their sales that some of their production lines cannot even meet the demand. However, the overall economy is having a very hard time due to the coronavirus. To get through this well, the possible solution will be government interventions like providing wage subsidies to employers and tax reliefs and lowering the interest rate to reduce the impact of coronavirus.
In the world today, privacy is an important responsibility that firms should promise to both its customers and its employees. These privacies may be in the form of their private information, such as their personal data, health status, and etc. There have been many breaches of private information in businesses, which shows that the social irresponsibility of many businesses. One related case study that we explored in class was the Ashley Madison case. To briefly sum up this case, Ashley Madison is a Canadian-based online dating site for adults who are married or are in a committed relationship to allow them an opportunity to cheat. However, due to the weak security of the system, a group of hackers were able to hack into the system and steal personal data of all of its customers. Similar to this case, there has been an incident where employees' data was breached in a company. This company is a widely known clothing retail store popular within women aged 15 to 30, which is H&M. Recently, H&M has been under investigation for their data protection breaches of personal information of employees. The data contain private information of customer service representative employees' health and about their personal lives, which were available among the German authorities of H&M. This shows that a strengthening of data storage is required in companies, and it may cause a business to seem irresponsible. Even these types of small incidents may affect businesses in the long term and may erode their brand image, which therefore should be prevented by establishing a secure data protection and using the time to meet the needs of basic social responsibility.
Hey everyone, my name is Lan. I'm from Group 7. The current affair I want to introduce to you today is about the coronavirus, and it is related to Chapter 2 we learned, which is about the business ethics and responsibility. In the end of 2019, an outbreak of coronavirus in China has led to the collapse of the economy, and OYO, a young Indian hotel brand, decided to lay off their employees on a global scale.
They laid off 5,000 to 25,000 employees, of which 3,000 were full-time Chinese staff.
So the stakeholders involved in this issue are the shareholders of OYO, employees of OYO, and the general public in China. The large-scale layoffs will reduce employees' household income and thus once again hit China's already fragile trade market at this stage. There is still a controversial decision. First of all, OYO did not guarantee the quality of life issue of employees. This time, China was in crisis. He quickly withdrew from the country that once helped him without devoting any corporate philanthropy. This shows the lack of responsibility to the general public. This is similar to the GM case we learned in the RSM100 course. After the Canadian people helped GM raise funds, he relocated the development site and leaving a large Canadian citizen unemployed. In this issue, OYO Hotel takes its shareholders' profit as the priority without following social responsibility and ethical standards.